good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's Dee Dee. How's it going? Hello. Hi, Ranger. Hi, Near. Oh, God. Hitting me with the plank right away? No way. Off the bat, right? I just sat down. Alright, give me one sec. I was in the middle of reorganizing the desk a bit. I ordered a new lamp that's like, it's a lamp, but it's also attached to like a set of shelves kind of thing. So that'll get some more stuff off my desk. Those who have been with the DD show since the beginning know how often I knock stuff over. We progressively keep getting bigger and bigger desks and more shelves to eliminate me causing chaos and mayhem. Very important lore. Oh yeah. It's the ADHD. I bump into stuff, I stumble over things, I trip over things. Very graceful cat. Over the weekend, Iduna was like, Dee Dee, what happened? I'm like, what? She's like, you've got a huge bruise on your arm. And I'm like, I do? Oh, I do. It's on like the back of my arm too, so there's no way I would have seen it without like a mirror. Magic heal beam activate. Zoom. Alright, 70-second plank it is. Hold tight. I haven't cleaned since I got back, and I'm looking at the floor as I'm holding the plate, like, man, I need to clean this floor. Yes, hello, Pep. Pep is here, of course, as always. So, hope everyone had a good... It's Thursday. It's Thursday. Time is an illusion. Pep, voice check, please. Pep, voice. Nope. As soon as you want these cats to speak, they're like, no. She like full on, like, I looked at her when I said voice check and she stared back, and when I went, she just like full on turned away from me. Like, oh, straight up snub, okay. She's like, not on my watch, no, not today, not today. But yes, time is an illusion. It was already like a long weekend here in Canada. I went back to work on Wednesday, so like yesterday, and now it's gonna be the weekend again. I'm like completely discombobulated. Which is fine. I feel like I really needed the rest, even if, you know, it wasn't like a particularly super restful vacation, because, you know, we were out and about a lot. It's not like I was sleeping in. also just trying to take it easy. Because Ace, who I traveled with on the weekend, has an outright cold now. So I'm like, I mean, I was expecting someone to get actually sick. Like, we went to the aquarium, and the place was, like, packed. Everyone was packed in there like sardines. I'm like, oh, yeah. Someone's gonna get a cold. This is just a breeding ground for bacteria and germs. Aquarium. Yes, aquarium. Without you, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Juna loves the aquarium. So every time we go into Toronto, which is like the big city here, it's like, we gotta go. We gotta go to the aquarium. It's $50 a visit now, though. Damn. What is it there to love about the aquarium? The price, first of all. Literally, the yearly pass for the aquarium is $100. It's like, you come twice a year? You might as well just buy the damn pass. This is like Disney World. I mean, it's fine. Their water bills are astronomical. Because they have to keep adding fresh water to the tanks. Like they said it's like every 90 seconds they add water, which is crazy. Art! Hello! Raider from Art Ranger. Hello. Octopath Traveler 2. Ooh. Man, I know you've talked about loving Octopath. Somehow I have never seen you play anything that isn't, Zeno. I just started, literally. It's been 14 minutes. How's Octopath 2 going? I believe you played it before, but I imagine this is like a new playthrough. Like, is this like, was this the inaugural stream, or have you been playing it for a while? You play a whole lot of JRPGs. False. Prove it. Prove it. You're doing endgame content. Damn. Alright then. Came back to get your get back on the boss? Ah, yes. When the boss is like, I need to get revenge on you. Look at your about list. It's all games you've played. Sure it is. I'm just teasing anyway. And just goofing around. Anyway, if anyone has come over from Art Stream who isn't already a Moonbeam, hello! My name is Diana. I am an apothecarist. I am Cat. We play a lot of visual novels. We play so many, like, mystery games. Vaguely some horror stuff and a whole smattering of JRPGs. You never answered me how was day? Did I not answer you? Sorry, day was decent. Time is an illusion. She's Cat. Hi, Freed. I see you're in the correct stream this time. Ho, ho, ho. I'm kidding. Let's see here. There's the game. I'm blind. There it is. You're gonna rest? You're super tired? Understandable. I was lurking here yesterday too anyway. Fair enough. I just couldn't resist the urge to tease. Because, yeah, it was like, Wait on. Why weren't you in my chat? Why were you in their chat? Hello? Like, not serious. It was just like, oh, hey! Like, it took me a second to realize you had been in her stream already. Because for a second, I thought you had come over with the raiders. And I was like, did you not realize who we were raiding? And then it hit me. It's, Humble Hime had talked about how, like, anytime she sees some of her friends in streams, it's like, tag, you're it kind of thing. That's definitely what it felt like. But it makes sense. Yeah, exactly. You did introduce us. I haven't actually spoken to her, but we are, like, mutuals, so it's like, you know, it's one of those things, it's like being mutuals with someone doesn't mean you're friends, but in my brain, I'm like, we're friends. We're acquaintances at the very least. It's like when you go to a party and you see someone and you're like, hey! Oh my god, how's it going? Like, you like them, you just never see them outside of certain contexts. The mom at the party analogy, it was... Can you imagine, though? Or like, you know, you're going to a concert or something like that. And, like, your mom shows up, like, it's a metal concert, and your mom shows up in, like, you know, appropriate metalhead wear, and you're like, Mom? Better yet, a con? Oh my god. Get a photo of a cosplayer and it's your mother. I think both parties would explode on the spot. Like, it's already weird enough when you go up to a cosplayer and ask for a photo and you didn't realize it's someone you actually know. Like, this happened to me once, coincidentally. It was a Kanji Tatsumi cosplayer, but he was the ex of a friend, and I only met him once. And I go and ask for a photo, and he's like, oh yeah, sure, hey Diana, how's it going? And I'm like, huh? And he's like, did I get your name wrong? I'm like, no, that's right. I'm just surprised. You know me. He's like, yeah, you're Amanda's friend, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah. Cause yeah, I'd only met him once, and that wasn't a recent meeting. So I was impressed, but also very stunned. Like, It's like, I already asked for a photo, but it's like I almost want to just leave because this is weirdly awkward somehow. You almost got to go to Japan without me? Well, no, you did end up going, but yeah, you can't go without me. You gotta bring me in the suitcase. Or at least the carry-on. At least the carry-on, so I can get some fresh air on the plane and not be in the cargo hold. Poke some holes. Easy. In theory. In theory. Like, you see some people with, cats on a plane now, because I guess if it's a small enough pet, they don't put it in the cargo holds anymore. Like, they're just supposed to technically stay in the carrier. Was given the option to bring a friend, and then her job said, never mind. Bella's going to Japan? No worries, Art. have a good rest. Take care. I'm gonna finish setting up the game and then we'll get rolling as well. Because we're getting close to half an hour, which is usually when we switch over anyway. Where is my stuff? There we go. Damn. Usually it takes forever for OBS to recognize the game. Not today. What a wonderful situation. Alright. Her job is a lot of international stuff, so she's always tired and always traveling. Oh, man. Yeah, like, sometimes that can be a great job. And then other times it's like, I would just like to stay home sometimes, you know? I'm too much of a homebody to be able to do that kind of job that requires a shit ton of travel, but kudos to people. Time zones and shopping, yes. There's like, some people will draw their schedules and it's like a pie chart that shows like, here's how much time is sleeping, here's how much time is this. I'm just like imagining like a pie chart split into 3/4, the two biggest, or sorry, 3/3. The two biggest slices are sleep and shopping, and the other is just labeled everything else. You're playing some Persona before bed. Ooh. Are you playing? Which one are you playing? Are you playing P5X or something else? Hang on here. Have fun Persona-ing. They never saw it coming. P5X, nice. I got Yusuke, like /Fox, which was nice. But now I have to finish all the update stuff, which is nice. But it's throwing me off because everything's in Japanese, right? And I played Persona 5 in English, and I'm like, I'm not used to these voices at all. Like, it's... Yusuke is voiced in Japanese by Tomokazu Sugita, who's a voice actor that I love, but it's a very, very different performance than what Matt Mercer did, you know? No, keep studying. Aw, yeah, that's too bad. Your GF played P5 with Japanese voices, so she's super hyped. Well, that's good at least. I mean, yeah, they have a lot of like great voice actors in the cast. It just throws me off. Like when Joker showed up, I'm like, Jun Fukuyama? I didn't know you were in this game. Like the only person I knew was Mamoru Miyano being Ryuji. And it's the same thing. Like, he's one of my favorite voice actors, but hearing him as Ryuji, I'm like, man, this feels wrong. You had your bags packed? Oh, no. Oh, no, that sucks. I feel like if it gets to that point, your workplace shouldn't be allowed to, like, a workplace shouldn't be allowed to rescind the invitation. It's like, no, it's too bad. Tickets were booked. You don't know how ready you were? I can totally understand. That sucks. A lot of my friends and acquaintances have been to Japan now, and I'm like, why? You don't deserve it. It should have been me! technically she needed to take a translator? I mean, I know conversational Japanese. A little, anyway. I can tell you this sign says do not enter. That's very important. I know this is stop. I mean, like, technically I know more than that. That's just the first thing I could think of, you know? It's like with those moments where you get put on the spot and someone's like, oh, you speak this language? Say something. And, like, your mind just goes totally blank. That happens to me every time someone asks me to say something in French. And so I default to, je peux parler français, mais je sais pas qu'est-ce que je veux dire. Which is like, you know, I know French, but I don't know what I want to say. It's Japan, and you're not even into anime or anything, so it's not like you're like, oh my god, I must go to Akihabara and like check out all the anime stores. I mean, I am also an anime fan, but I want to go see the temples and the shrines. Like, even before I was into anime, when I was a little Dee, I thought the like traditional architecture was really nice. So like I would love to go to Kyoto because they kept most buildings there are still like the one or two story wooden structures. Whatever else you could do in the short period, yeah. In Tokyo, I think that's going around to like the major cities around it. Because, I mean, Akihabara, even if you're not into anime, that would be an experience. Ikebukuro? I don't know if there's anything touristy in Ikebukuro. I know people really got into going to Ikebukuro a long time ago because that's where the anime Durarara takes place. Shibuya, Shinjuku. Those are pretty iconic as well. If I ever go to Japan, you make sure the moonbeams know every minute. We need to get you one of those like live streaming backpacks so you can just be streaming the entire time you're there. And we're all just crowded around and watching like what's But did you say that the Yatagarasu takes flight even in the dead of night or something? Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. Duh. One alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight it's gotten. I could bring you on the iPad like Mousy, yeah! Oh my god, I actually saw someone who was, doing like a recruitment thing. He was like, if you want to sign up for a slot to be on the like the iPad as I go around X convention. And I nearly signed up, but then I was like, I'm not gonna be in town. This is like, And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yatagarasu. Well, you are one powerful performer. Thanks, but that doesn't help me see in the dark. I'm a human, not a three-legged raven. Eek! What? What? Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. That voice. I knew it. It has been far too long. You remember me? I could hardly forget now, could I? After all, you are the one who put me away. Mr. Edgeworth? Are you talking to that dog? Or is there someone else in there? You haven't eaten yet? Yes, go eat food. Oh, but I am forgetting myself. Forgive me. I do not often receive visitors. One moment. I will turn on the lights. Whoa! Sir? Why is your head shaped like that? Also, why do you have like an evil Buddha statue? Oh my god. You are a heavy-footed lot. Am I right in thinking there are 3 of you in all? Very well. Perhaps we should start by introducing ourselves. I am Bodhidharma Kansis. Oh, like Buddha Vista? As you may have gathered, Mr. Edgeworth and I are old acquaintances. Kannis was a notorious assassin. Oh! Some knew him as the Blind Butcher. Now that would be terrifying. His only weapons were a vicious hunting hound and a fearsomely sharp knife. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells. The last sound his victims would ever hear. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I to guess why you have come to see me? You know why I'm here. In fact, I am willing to bet you know every detail of this sordid little affair already. Then I suppose we have nothing to hide from each other. Aw, pupper. Suspicion of murder. Your faithful canine friend is currently the chief suspect in a murder investigation. The person who found the body saw a dog with its mouth around the victim's throat. Your witness is mistaken. Helmut is a gentle soul. He is my eyes. Nothing more. Helmut? Like Hell Dog? It is absurd to think he would do such a thing, isn't it, boy? Yes, it is. You're a good boy, aren't you? Helmut is more than a mere seeing eye dog, and he's certainly no good boy. He's also a trained killer. A weapon once used in this man's sordid trade. This witness of yours, he is trustworthy, I assume? Sard is anything but trustworthy, and he's still very much a suspect himself. I can hardly claim that his testimony is beyond reproach. No, then. I thought as much. Yes, I did, Helmut. Yes. Yes, I did, Helmut. Yes, I did. It figures that he already knew who our witness is. Your alibi. What were you doing between 8 and 10 a.m. yesterday morning, Mr. Canis? During the show, you mean? I was here ensconced in these humble surroundings. I have developed a passion for wood carving, you see. An obsession, even. I was engrossed in it all morning. You have permission to engage in such a hobby? I can't believe someone would actually let you. The warden and I have An understanding. An understanding? That's ridiculous! This man shouldn't be allowed 1, let alone 5 chisels. There are nothing but lethal weapons in his hands. I was carving Buddhist pieces at first, but by my 674th, my interest had begun to wane. Whoa, that must have taken forever. Time is all I have, child. In any case, my focus has now shifted to pieces, such as these. I didn't know you played chess. Ah, yes, we've got, Cerberus. You play too, do you not, prosecutor? Perhaps one day you might indulge me? Though you may find my game rather rudimentary, I only began after my arrival here, I am afraid. What's this piece, a dog? With 3 heads? Ah, yes, the dogs of war. You must forgive my little joke. Chess is, after all, a game of war. Soldiers, knights, castles. All doing their utmost to protect the king, all loyal to the last. I have always thought it strange that such a game has no place for a dog. After all, what more loyal weapon could an army call upon? Still, it's simply a piece I made for fun. Fear not, I play by the regular rules and with regular pieces. I can't imagine it's easy finding opponents to play here in prison, though. Oh, I have my correspondence. Correspondence just then. Sharing moves by post. Yes, even prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters. Their contents are inspected, of course. Although, I have yet to receive the details of my current opponent's next move. I'm assuming his current opponent was, Knight? The guy who's dead? Sounds like this current opponent isn't a resident here. The victim. I suppose you know the identity of the deceased, Mr. Canis? His name was Bronco Knight, was it not? Poor, unfortunate soul. You keep your ear to the ground. My ears are all I have, Mr. Edgeworth. Why am I not surprised that he's plugged into the prison information network? But perhaps he was not so unfortunate after all. What do you mean? Mr. Knight's crime was a grave one. A crime for which he would have been made to pay dearly anyway. The attempted assassination of a president. That is no small matter. Attempted assassination? Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, didn't Mr. Knight? Yes, we proved that he murdered his team leader and that there was no attempt on the president's life. Whoa, 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 whoa there, cowboy. You're saying that Bronxter did actually have a pop at the press? I was hired to defend him on the charge of attempted murder. You mean you didn't know what really happened? So what? They just blamed the whole assassination thing on Mr. Knight? It would explain why the committee was so keen to get involved. worse. They took you off the case to try and keep you away. And swapped in that weiner kid to push through an attempted murder charge. In other words, they're trying to cover up the truth. So they really were trying to frame him. According to the guards, this night, was it? They tell me he was violently insistent that he had attempted no assassination, which would have come out anyway when the case went to trial. I am no expert in legal matters, but allow me to say one thing. I know for certain he would not have been the first inmate imprisoned on false pretenses. An uncomfortable fact, but a fact nonetheless. Yes, Helmut. Yes, it is. Yes. The courtroom is not always the bastion of truth you believe it to be, Mr. Edgeworth. Especially since Edgeworth used to fabricate evidence to get the defendants found guilty. No bastion of truth, huh? I've heard something to that effect before. Yes, from a certain Interpol agent who doesn't have much faith in prosecutors. Also my long-distance boyfriend who hasn't answered my phone calls in a while. Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? It's alright, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. I never was able to fully dispel his mistrust of prosecutors. Even Helmut understands, don't you, Helmut? Yes, you do. The truth's revealed in court and your deductions. It is dangerous to trust either implicitly. But I am not bitter. You are not the first to make me a subject of unfounded suspicion in recent days. In fact, I was visited by another prosecutor only yesterday. He was accompanied by a judge. They even dragged the warden along, her distaste for me lingering unspoken in the air. Not those two again! Prosecutor Weiner and Judge Gaval. They went over my cell with a fine-tooth comb, but they left empty-handed. They were looking for the murder weapon, I believe, to no avail. But I mustn't take it personally. Rumor has it they searched every cell in the prison and still failed to find what they were looking for. I pray they weren't too disappointed. Did a search but found nothing. Well, that posed more questions than it answered, so what do we do now? Saw its testimony is flimsy at best. I'll need more proper evidence if I want to take Canis on. How'd the dog get out of the cell? Well, I think that's quite enough chit-chat for one day. Helmut will show you out. Good boy, Helmut. Go on now. I assume the dog can fit between the bars? He's not showing us out permanently, right? Let's get out of here. Come on. Until next time, Mr. Canis. It does pain me that our brief time must end just as we were becoming reacquainted. I await your return, Mr. Edgeworth. Kay's on the rock like a monkey. Now to gather the evidence I need to bolster my case. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! That's the best hiding spot she could find? It's alright, Kay. You can come down now. Where's Fender? He ran off somewhere. I had no idea he could move that fast. Fender. So, what do we do now? You and I will continue the investigation, and I know just where to start. By solving that one particular mystery that's been dogging us this whole time. The pupper? Knight's body was found in one of the prison workshops. But... excuse me. He was presumably detained in one of the detention center's holding cells. So, how did he wind up on the other side of those heavy security doors? Let's start by investigating the holding cells. And Mr. Knight's room, right? But, what about Mr. Fender? I'm sure he'll find us when he's ready. Sure, but he is kind of our boss, isn't he? Who cares about him? The victim's cell is just over there. Lead the way, Mr. Edgeworth. I have just about had it. Huh? Who's that? Warden Lagalde. She must have come from the corridor marked no entry. He's still not talking, ma'am? Even with the evidence you borrowed from the precinct? No, and I've tried so many times I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report. I guess a killer for hire was always going to be a tough nut to crack. A killer for hire? Oh! I couldn't help overhearing Warden Lagalde, but... were you just talking about Bodhin Hara Cadis? God. My, you were listening? How very gauche of you. A girl's privacy is her armor, you know. You normally conduct interrogations of the man yourself? Oh, it's not just him, darling. I try to have the occasional tete-a-tete with everyone, you see? That's what it means to be a member of the family in this little home of ours. There isn't a person who hasn't made the pilgrimage to my office at least once. Your office? How sweet he's angling for an invite. Well, I suppose it is the hottest ticket in town. It's down this corridor here, darling, but FYI, I don't let just anybody wander in willy-nilly. Let's see, that would put it right around here. It's a wonderful room, if I do say so myself. And who wouldn't want a view of my fabulous garden and yard? Oh la la. The yard? If it's anything like the rest of the place, it's probably full of adorable animals, right? Can I see? Oh, famous last words, my girl. Oh, darling, it's so sweet of you to take an interest, but I'm afraid it's just not possible. Why not? Because you're not a member of our home. If you want to see it that badly, you'll just have to get convicted for doing something unspeakable. That's a rather steep price to pay. Pay. Hello? Hello, Snoo. Ooh, you got a 4-leaf clover. Thanks for checking in. Very nice. Good luck. Oh, but just listen to me chatting away like there's no tomorrow. It's time for Allie's lunchy brunchy. The poor dear will be dying. Allie? The sweetest little deer in all the world. I know I shouldn't have favorites, but you know how it is. Hello, cat lady. Hello. I wanted to ask more about Canis, but she dominated that conversation from start to finish. Let's go investigate the victim's cell, shall we? Forgotten guy 1. Wop. It's the holding cell. So, this is Mr. Knight's cell. When do you think he was brought in, Mr. Edgeworth? Hello, Zonarch Mod. It would had to have been the evening of the 25th, just after the events at the lake. And at some point, he wound up in the prison proper. But how? There must be some evidence that will point us in the right direction. Alright, let's get looking, Mr. Edgeworth. Investigation time! His jacket? I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. I must inspect every suspicious-looking nook and cranny, as he said in the first one. This must be Knight's suit jacket. So, I've been doing some research of my own. Oh? And? I've discovered that guys that look good in suits tend to be popular with the ladies. Ah. But don't worry. Guys with frilly neck ruffles are next on my research list. Thanks. That sounds great. Please stop. It's fine. He's queer. He doesn't want the ladies anyway. Hey, look, the newspaper's got a chunk of it missing. You're right. A few of the pages have been roughly torn out. But why? Maybe Mr. Knight wanted to clean his cell, but did it have a cleaning cloth? It's not totally implausible theory, I suppose, but who would try to clean their cell? I don't know. Some people have very particular demands, okay? The bed doesn't look very comfortable. Yeah, I think that barely counts as a mattress. But that pillow cover is very clean. Spotless, in fact. I bet this is the kind of bed Gummy sleeps in. I can just picture it, can't you? No, I sense he's more of a mattress on the floor type. You mean a futon? There's something different about this spot here. This part of the floor is weirdly clean. Did somebody wipe it down or something? Got rid of all that dust. Why would somebody only do the part right next to the pit, though? Great question. Must have spilled something. Ew, the sink! Ew! Reflected in the mirror is a security camera. A great thief's greatest enemy. Nothing about this place is very thief-friendly, if I'm being honest. I think that might be entirely deliberate, Kay. Guard! I'd like you to retrieve the footage from the security camera and review it as carefully as you can. If you see anything out of the ordinary, inform me immediately. Yes, sir! Interesting. A second chance at life, interviews with a former prisoner, making money while serving time. You'll laugh tomorrow, an anthology. Understanding animal emotions, life as a pet stylist, and 3 volumes of 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. 3 volumes? That is a long series. Ah, yes, here we go. Hey, look at this weird piece of paper. This is correspondence chess. You can also play Go and Shogi this way. There's some sort of grid on it. Let's take a closer look. This grid appears to be a chess diagram. The victims, I suppose. What's a chess diagram? A visual representation of a game of chess. See how the location of all the pieces are marked? This seems to be a closely fought contest, but perhaps if this pawn were... no, wait. Not now, Mr. Edgeworth! This is no time to be playing games! Yes, I suppose you're right. This is the first time I've seen this configuration of pieces. It was from a different perspective, but it was definitely the same game. Perhaps it would be wise to take another look at the evidence, so I was right. So, Mr. Knight was playing correspondence chess with an assassin. This chess game, I've seen it before. Enough with the chess chat, Mr. Edgeworth. We're supposed to be investigating here. Focus! I am investigating. This particular bit of chess chat proved to be vital. Now, take a look at this. Can you tell me what it is? It's the chess set we saw in Mr. Canis' cell. But, I don't really know the rules of chess, so... The rules of the game are not important here. What is important is the position of the pieces. Compare the ones in Mr. Canis' cell with these. Do you notice anything? Ah! I don't know which piece is which or anything, but... If you turn the diagram like this, there are pieces on the same squares. Indeed. There's no dog on the diagram, but that's to be expected. Apart from that, however, the position of the pieces are identical. And... what does that tell us? Oh, I have my correspondence. As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Canis' chess opponent was Mr. Knight? This could be just the proof we need to show that Mr. Canis had a connection to the victim. Dun dun dun! Wow, that's a lot of books. Let's take a look. You'll Laugh Tomorrow, Understanding Animal Emotions, Life as a Pet Stylist. Huh, maybe there's more to Mr. Knight than meets the eye. I don't think those are his books. I think they just stay in this cell. Sadly, I don't think these were his. They were likely specially selected and placed here for the detainees. I hope that they would want to better themselves during their time here. A second chance at life, interviews with a former prisoner. These books appear to have been written by current model prisoners and former inmates. Oh, I like the look of this one, 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. And this one too, Making Money While Serving Time. This facility may have more deeply rooted problems than I thought. Oh, what's a menu doing here, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean, what do you think it's here for? Seems that those held in the detention center are able to choose what they'd like to eat each day. If they can't afford it, that is. Damn. Money makes the world go round, I guess. But doesn't that make life super easy for rich detainees? Well, Kay, bear in mind that the people held in these cells haven't been found guilty yet. Some of them don't deserve to be punished. Quite a few of them, in fact. So you're saying it's fine that people with money don't have as hard a time of it as everybody else? How did I wind up defending the practices of the detention system? I mean, you're a prosecutor. You work within the detention system. The bowl is nice and spotless, and there are no signs that the toilet paper has been used. Everything seems to be in order with this toilet here. What? Are you serious? Why? What's wrong? There's no door. There's not even a curtain. Whoever designed this place should have thought a little more about the people who have to live here. I mean, there's a partition. That's more than I've seen in a lot of prison movies. I think there might be a reason behind the open plan layout. A standard barred window. No signs of it having been tampered with. I don't think there's any chance our killer escaped through here. Aha! Must remember to bring something to saw through iron bars with. As they say, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Glad I got the chance to scope this place out. Okay. We're investigating a crime scene, not preparing for your eventual escape. With this one, it could be either, honestly. Okay, is there anything else? I like that they let you technically walk out the door. Torn newspaper, white floor. This part on the floor has been wiped clean. Maybe he spilled some grape juice? Not the grape juice. Who knows? But we can imagine what he used to do the wiping. The torn out pages of that newspaper. Why wouldn't he just ask a guard for a cloth or something, though? Perhaps he didn't want anyone to see what he was wiping up. Also, there's toilet paper. You could have used the toilet paper. think we've about exhausted this cell. We've made significant progress by establishing a connection between Mr. Canis and the victim. This is bad, sir! Is that the guard? The security camera footage, sir! I watched it and... What is it? Can you show it to us? Yes, sir! I have a small playback monitor with me. Convenient. Then what are you waiting for? Let's see it. What? Was that a monkey? It's too small to be the dog. What's that? That black thing. It's that dog, right? Until now, our assumption was the crime had taken place inside the prison proper. But it seems that assumption may have been wrong. Knight had actually been attacked in this location. Holding cells. Right here, in the detention center. And the perpetrator was indeed Mr. Canis' dog. It's too small to be the dog, though. You saw the way it was flying around. A dog that big can't do that. And if this is where Mr. Knight was actually murdered, then one piece of the evidence we found here in his cell takes on a whole new meaning. Knight's cell was the crime scene. Which piece of evidence takes on a new significance? I guess this. The floor of Knight's cell was wiped clean, presumably to remove something. Could that something have been his blood? Thank you, officer. Would you mind doing me one more favor? Name it, sir. There's a detective by the name of Gumshoe somewhere in this facility. I need you to give him a message. Tell him to have the cell tested for traces of blood, and to report the results to Edgeworth. You got it, sir! Now can we really go after that Canis guy, right? Or sorry, now we can really go after that Canis guy, right, Mr. Edgeworth? No, not yet. We still don't know how Knight and the dog moved between his cell and the prison proper. Right, so that's what we need to figure out next. What's the play, coach? Where are we off to? I suspect one of the guards might know something. We should ask those posted nearby and see what they have to tell us. Okay, time to get asking, huh? Hey! Thanks for the tour. Later. Well, Mr. Prosecutor and his little friend. I didn't expect to run into you here. Must be my lucky day. This is Agent Shi Lon Long of Interpol. He was in charge of a case I worked on 2 weeks back. It's only been 2 weeks! Wow. thought he had gone home to Shenfa after that, but here he is. You had some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lone? You could say that. Nothing that need concern you, though. Hee hee, first a black count, now a wolf all in black. Hey, Wade, why are you all alone today? That's true. He's usually accompanied by an army of police officers. I hear you were at it again a couple days back, sticking your nose into things. Well, not by choice. A couple days back? Ah, he means the incident with the president of Zenfa. Actually, I thought you might be there as well, heading up the security detail. Ha! Our president doesn't have much faith in the efficacy of his own country's police force. Maybe now he'll think twice before using contractors again. Amateurs. Agent Long doesn't have much faith in prosecutors or the courts to do their job right. Which is why he's so meticulous about investigating with his hand-picked cream of the crop officers. Indeed. No doubt things would have turned out differently had you and your men been in charge. My men, huh? Yeah, those guys aren't around anymore. What? They're not? It's funny, isn't it? I'm a real lone wolf now. Ha 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 ha! It hurts. What are you saying, Agent Long? What on earth happened? I told you. It doesn't concern you. See you around, Mr. Prosecutor. Wow, he seemed not okay. Yes, I would very much like to know why, but there's nothing we can do about it right now. Well, worry about Agent Long later. We have an investigation to conduct. Alright, let's start by talking to these guards. Hello, sirs. Whoops, wrong button. Hello. Oh, that's the trophy case. Whoops. Hold on. Just once I want to give someone a trophy. And what sort of award would a great thief hand out? Greatest rope escape, of course! Oh, but if I enter the contest, I guess I just turn into me handing the trophy to myself. I'd worry more about finding a venue willing to host such an event. I was wondering, have you seen an enormous black dog wandering around here recently? That thing? No way. If I had, I'd... Well, let's just say I'd be a lot more nervous about standing guard here. Oh! Sorry, it just hit me what that shadow was. Remember the guy, the boxer guy in the cell? His like animal companion is like a polar bear cub, and it hangs on his shirt. It's small enough to be the mauler. Now, Kay, you should know when to let sleeping dogs lie. Ha ha ha. By the sound of it, Kane's dog hasn't been spotted on this side of those heavy security doors. Oh man, I am in so much trouble. Ugh, hang on one sec, I'm gonna turn on my fan. There we go. Yes, hello, Pep. Hello, Pep. What is it, girl? I moved and now she's like... Mother? it time for dinner? No, sweetie, it is not. I am still streaming. I am in so much trouble. What's the matter? You seem perturbed. Oh, well, you see, one of my uniforms is missing. Oh, that's not good. I could have sworn it was right here in my locker. Did it grow a pair of legs and run off somewhere? Where in the world did that idea spring from? Anyway, I hope you track it down soon. I'll be rooting for you. Thanks, I appreciate it. Missing guard uniform data jotted down in my organizer. Hey, are those my faithful assistants I see before me? Hey, where'd you go, Fender? And where exactly have you been? Where have I been? I've been looking for you two. Been searching high and low. Wandering lonely through the prison halls. It was terrible, I tell you. The prison's over there on the other side of the facility, boss. So listen, I just got the lowdown on some seriously dynamite material. You want to hear it, right? Seamless. I was chatting with a few of the guards and they told me something interesting. Turns out the Bronxster had himself a little incident 2 days ago. Pre-mortem, if you catch my drift. An incident? Simeon? Yeah, I guess it's Simeon, because he's like a monkey. Told you he came to visit his pal, right? Well, right after they wrapped up, when Bronco was being escorted back to his cell... It was just one guard and he was handcuffed, obviously. The Brockster clobbered him, knocked him out cold. Damn. Sounds like it might have been the prelude to a jailbreak. Because when the other guards showed up, they couldn't find their comrade's keys. Were there any rumblings about Knight attempting an escape? That's the bit that fries the old noggin. There were none. He just sat in his cell, then turned up dead. What's more, he swore right to the end that he never stole the keys. They turned his cell inside out too, but no dice. The guard who was struck, what did he have to say? Nothing. Poor guy was still out when they took him to the hospital. Word is, he's still there. Sounds like the boxer hit him. Or the boxer's bear. So there's nobody around to tell us what really happened. What the? It's you, losers! That's all we need. Why are you still hanging around here like a bad smell? Hey there, little buddy. Listen, Mouse here is working with me right now as an associate. Nonsense. You're all just here to cause trouble and turn my investigation into a fart. Did this guy really pass the bar exam? Eustace means farce, of course. A simple slip of the tongue. Seems like a reasonably apt choice of words to me. Judge Cavell! Great to see you again. I know who you are. You're Simeon Saint's attorney. Guilty as charged. Now that we've broken an ice, how about a friendly? Or not. I'm totally cool either way. That is sexual harassment, sir. Now, did I hear you correctly? That Mr. Edgeworth has joined the defense team? Yep, and me too. We're officially employees of Edgeworth & Co. But a prosecutor is a public servant. Would draw your sword on the goddess to work for personal gain? It's not a problem if I'm not getting paid, though, correct? He's got a point. Hang on. The screw on my mic stand's coming loose. Ugh, there. That's about as much as I can tie it in it without going and finding a screwdriver. Exactly what he said. Mouse here's just a volunteer. We're all about the pro bono stuff over at Edgeworth & Co. How wonderful. So you all work without reward? The goddess would surely approve. Yeah. I'm a regular philanthropist. Judge Gaval, I was hoping to ask about the grounds of Simeon Saint's arrest. Is that a challenge, I hear? No one's talking to you, you little twerp. No, I was just asking Judge Gaval. I'm always ready for a little verbal combat to show you what it takes to be a real winner. How is it verbal combat if you won't let me speak? Still, this could prove useful. Fine, we'll do as you suggest. Now, if you could begin by telling us why Mr. Saint was arrested. Not now, Gaval. Watch and wonder. As I put this pathetic prosecutor in his place, he's going to run rings around me. I think you meant to say you would be the one running rings around me. And I will so badly that your ears will be ringing. Prepare to be humbled, Edgeworth. Great. My least favorite type of character. You want to know why I arrested that man? It's simple. Simple. I found evidence. Evidence of him all over that thing. How's that for some winningly incontrovertible, conclusive proof? He can't speak. And who saw the truth first? Why, me, of course. Winner by name, winner by nature. Where do I even begin? Look at you, utterly lost for words in the face of such mastery. I'll take it. I'll take your silence as another win. Honestly, does he ever shut up? You said that you were the one who arrested Mr. Saint. But do you even have the authority to do so, Mr. Winner? Well, obviously it was the police who actually arrested him. But I told him to do it, so I think I can claim the credit, don't you? Of course, that's what he meant. This is clearly going to take a while. A shame, really. Given that I'm much more interested in what Judge Gaval is silently thinking over there. Alright, time to deal with Tweedledee.
Hold it!
Well, what was the evidence? Evidence of him was all over that thing? Could you be a little more specific? Do I really have to spell it out for you, Edgeworth? I'd hoped you could put 2 and 2 together. I need to throw this man out. Stop messing around. The onus is on you to provide a comprehensible testimony. Come now, Eustace. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth and his friend would be very interested to learn how you cracked the case. They certainly look keen to hear about it. Fine, if you insist, I'll fill in the gaps. Brace yourselves, because this is going to blow your tiny little minds. Oh, I am shaking in my boots. I bet you didn't even know, but the victim had, wait for it, a chess set with him. Ooh. And that chess set was covered in the fingerprints of a certain Mr. Simeon Saint. Ooh, it's like the guy brought the chess set from his apartment. Like the defendant asked. Wow! That's crazy. I mean, why on earth would someone not have their fingerprints on a chess set if they weren't a murderer? I just want to reach through the screen and grab his little cowlick and yank it as hard as I can. It makes me feel like, you know, pulling radishes out of the ground or something. Praise be to the goddess of justice for the insight she offers, and congratulations once again, Eustace. You would not object to Eustace amending his testimony, I trust, Mr. Edgeworth? By all means, please do, so I can blow it out of the water. And was brought to him at the request by Saint.
Objection!
Dumbass. So the fingerprints on the chess set are the ace up your sleeve? The what up my what? Oh, yes, the chess set up the ace's sleeve. I'm waiting to find out this guy isn't actually a prosecutor and he's just like a little puppet. 17! Oh. Not even Francisca was this annoying. And she was also 17 at the time. That's alright, Edgeworth. I've got a winning hand as usual. Only your winning hand is a busted flush. For you see, it was Simeon Saint who brought that chess set to the victim in the first place. Therefore, it's only natural that his fingerprints are all over it. That took a while to sink in. In conclusion, those fingerprints aren't proof of anything, and Mr. Saint's arrest was premature. Premature? The incident took place here within the walls of this facility. And being neither a guard nor a prisoner, it makes very little sense to suspect Mr. Saint. Oh! Whoa, now what? I think you might be the premature one here, Edgeworth. And to think you were the one accusing me of being hasty. Did he only just work out what that word means? Sure, I identified Mr. Saint as a suspect faster than pretty much anybody else here. And I won the race when it came to picking out the crucial evidence, too. I'm quick on the draw, you see. But hasty? Not at all. You're right that Mr. Saint isn't a guard or a prisoner here, but he was. Eustace? Judge Gaval. But out, Gaval, I have him right where I want him. Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may. While the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor? Something more impressive? If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Edgeworth, Eustace made an ingenious deduction concerning the murder weapon. Perhaps you would like to hear it? Yes, of course, that. Well remembered, Gaval. The boy is being spoon-fed his lines. Listen to this, Edgeworth, and prepare to be amazed. Will this ingenious deduction explain why Mr. Saint was arrested? Let's just say you won't be disappointed. Oh, I'm already disappointed. Judge Gaval deliberately diverted the conversation away from my line of questioning. What exactly is she up to? Fact 1. The murder weapon was some kind of metal blade. Fact 2. Potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, as we both know. From these two facts, I concluded that the weapon in question must have come from outside. It must have been hidden inside the chess set. That's what I think, anyway. And since the only prints we found on the chess set belonged to the victim and the suspect, I'd say it's blindingly obvious who brought the weapon in and who used it. What did you do? The police? Does security not check this shit? If nothing else, his testimony this time is a little more comprehensible than the last. Another winning deduction brought to you by one winner, Eustace, prosecutor extraordinaire. I've returned an hour later. Welcome back! More like one winner, useless prosecutor extraordinaire, if you ask me. Ooh, sick burn. But how could anyone even hide a weapon inside that chess set? Good question. Why don't you take a look for yourselves? Inside the chessboard? I suppose there's only one way to find out. How's the wife? It's all good. The gaming is going well. We're working through the deductions. There's nothing in here but chess pieces. Ah, that laugh is really something. Perhaps we should throw the weiner out. Weiner, weiner, chicken dinner. He seems pretty convinced the weapon was hidden in here somewhere. I'd better take a closer look. Yeah. That's kind of what I figured. The stiff lining at the top opens like a flap door. Whoa, there's plenty of room in there. Indeed, more than enough to hide something like a small knife. Ingenious, no? The color the color? The killer snuck the weapon in by... Huh. Huh? What do you mean, huh? Let me finish, will you? I fear you've not been listening, Mr. Winner. Or perhaps you've simply forgotten. The detention center is outfitted with a security gate. Huh? I mean, yeah? And? He's so dumb. The security gate also acts as a metal detector, Eustace. We must pass through another one on the way into the prison itself, remember? Aha! Yes, that's right. Of course I remember. You don't... There's nothing in that brain. He definitely didn't. It would have been impossible to smuggle a metal blade through such a gate and into the facility. Which would seem to blow a rather large hole in your reasoning, Mr. Winner. The gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only subjected to a cursory check. Well, that is stupid. Now that's just asking for trouble. Are you telling me that the chess set wasn't put through the metal detector? It should have been. Alas, it seems the guys have grown a little lax in that regard as of late. Jesus Christ. Now there's a disaster waiting to happen. Security gates, jot it down. Alrighty. Very good. Thank you, Gaval. We're gonna have to throw him out. It was my pleasure. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would be so kind as to begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? It's like she's holding a trial. Well, no matter. Let's see how this ingenious deduction of Mr. Winner's holds up, shall we? It doesn't. Do. Do. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Because obviously we want to contest that there's no way they could have snuck a weapon in, but from... Which statement do we press? This one? Ah, there we go. But no murder weapon was found at the crime scene either. I'm curious, Mr. Winner. Do you have any thoughts about where the weapon might be? Well, the perpetrator must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. Where, though? there is a problem. They hid it somewhere inside the prison. That seems unlikely. In fact, I can prove that's not the case. What evidence suggests that the murder weapon isn't hidden somewhere in the prison? The prison search. They didn't find anything. I'm starting to worry about your memory, Mr. Winner. Sheesh! Roasted. Didn't you and the good judge search the prison with Warden Legault? And didn't you fail to find a likely murder weapon? Oh! Ow! That's a good way to put out an eye. Well, yes, but I guess we just missed it, that's all. Wow. Way to undermine yourself. You're saying your search wasn't entirely thorough, you? The so-called winning rookie? Stop making fun of me! Oh, we're making fun of you. Eustace? Calm yourself. Breathe deeply. Do not allow your opponent to get under your skin. Oh, it's too late for that. You're right. I'm a winner. Why should I let a third-rate loser like Edge Worthless here get under my skin? Wow. I'll take you to leave my name out of this. Well, I'm Kay Faraday, and I'm A-OK! Not you two, please. Look, it's simple. Since my first-rate investigation didn't turn up a weapon, it means there wasn't one to find. Which leaves only one possibility. The murderer took the weapon with him when he left the prison. That's why we couldn't find it when we looked, obviously.
Objection!
But what you are proposing is impossible. And this is why the culprit couldn't possibly have taken the weapon out of the prison. Metal detector? Yeah, if it's metal, no go. More memory problems, Mr. Winner? Now you're forgetting things you yourself said. Are you making fun of me? Again? We're not gonna stop, buddy. Oh, so you remember what I said? But perhaps you might have been better served by remembering this. What's that? We literally just talked about this! Wait, does he seriously not remember? Oh, it certainly seemed that way. There's a security gate at each entrance to the detention center and the prison proper. Coming from the prison, anyone leaving the facility would have had to pass through both of them. 2 gates, both fitted with metal detectors. Oh, wait! Now I remember! Looks like he got his memory back. Good for him. As you can see, there is no way anyone could have taken a weapon out through both gates. And therefore, there is no way the murder weapon could have left the building. Ah! In which case, Mr. Edgeworth, perhaps you would care to tell us what you think the murder weapon might be? It is still here on the premises. That's the only plausible conclusion to be drawn. But we searched the prison from top to bottom and couldn't find anything! Because you were never going to find anything to begin with. Not when you were laboring under the misconception that it's a blade you were looking for. Yeah, we know the truth about what happened to Mr. Knight. We've seen it with our own eyes. That is quite a claim. I assume you have evidence to support it? What is the weapon that was used to commit the crime? Polar bear. But they think it's a dog. There it is. The security tape. This is footage taken from a security camera trained on Knight's holding cell. Now watch it for yourself and see. Yeah, that sure looks like a bear, not a dog. What? That's... But how? The footage captures the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. More than sufficient proof of how he really died, what did you say? Yes, it certainly is significant. So now that we know that Knight was, in fact, killed in a cell by a vicious dog. A dog that moved the victim's body to the prison workshop post-mortem. I don't think the dog could do that. And put a blanket over him? Come on. We know that thanks to the eyewitness who saw the dog in the workshop when the body was discovered. Of course, I think we can all agree that there is no way the dog could have planned such a crime itself. Indeed, I fear it may be his handiwork after all. That's quite enough of that, Mr. Edgeworth. Judge Gaval. You are correct that this footage is an important piece of evidence. But it also raises an important new question. A question that I suspect you have also been asking yourself. She's right. There is one major problem with this. The black dog, the one that belongs to one of the inmates. How did it move between the holding cells and the prison proper? Oh! How do we answer that one, Mr. Edgeworth? The truth is, I don't know yet. Heh, of course not. You don't know either, buddy. Cannon Wonder Boy, you didn't even notice there was a problem.
Overruled.
Until the defense provides an adequate explanation, the court cannot accept your line of logic. That is all. This court is adjourned. This is a court, ma'am. We're having a conversation in a hallway. But wait, there's still much more to explore. We're still in discovery.
Overruled.
Court is no longer in session, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would be so kind as to leave the courtroom. Court was never in session in the first place! Once again, the court is adjourned.
Objection.
We may not have all the answers yet, but you haven't explained anything either regarding Mr. Saint. What do you mean? Just as we don't know yet how the dog made it into one of the detention center's holding cells. You can't know how Mr. Saint could have made it inside the detention center, let alone the prison either. He would have only been allowed as far as the visitor's room to see his friend, but no further. So it's hard for me to conceive how he could have committed a crime in a place he had no access to. Judge Gaval, I believe it's your turn to provide some proof. Proof that Simeon Saint was able to enter the prison.
Overruled.
You wish for the court to provide you with proof? Highly irregular, but very well. What? They actually have something? Now seems like as good a time as any. And I suppose you have been kind enough to share your own theories on the case. What's she building up to here? Mr. Edgeworth, I suspect you don't know what Mr. Saint does for a living, so allow me to fill you in. He is a circus performer. A what? Yes, perhaps you've heard of the Berry Big Circus? Oh, God. This is trauma all over again. Hang on, I gotta plug in my phone. There we go. Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course it was. Yesterday was a very important day after all. Important in what way, exactly? A big meeting of some kind? A meeting? Oh, heavens, no. I couldn't think of anything worse. No, yesterday the circus came. You see it now, I assume? Excuse me. As I am sure you are aware, a show was held yesterday for the prisoners' entertainment. A show featuring animals and performers performed by members of the Berry Bake Circus. So, does that mean Mr. Saint? Yes, Mr. Saint was allowed inside the prison as part of that show. A fact that has been confirmed beyond a reasonable doubt. No! She held on to that fact until the last possible moment. She let me run with my own theory, and only afterwards did she use it to reveal the truth. She's a crafty one. We gotta give her that. Wait. I have him right where I want him. Sure you do. Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may... While the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share? That must be why she steered him onto a different topic back then, too. Yeah. I got you good, didn't I, you third-rate prosecutor? This has nothing to do with you. Gentlemen, this court is well and truly adjourned. If I may offer a word of advice, Mr. Edgeworth. Your conduct as a prosecutor is already in question. You would do well to remember that you were removed from this case for that precise reason. What are you trying to say? That the committee reserves the right to confiscate your badge at any time. Should you wish to retain it, you would do well to avoid crossing paths with us again. Is that a threat? The goddess of justice is compassionate, Mr. Edgeworth, but she is not endlessly forgiving. Oh, and one last thing. Your no defense attorney abandoned this foolish pretense. Thank you for your concern. But I do not abandon anything. What I start, I finish. Well, do try to remember that the two jobs are not one and the same. And that the defense attorney is expected to develop something of a bond with their client. Next time, finding out your client's real occupation might be a good place to start. Ugh! Now, I really must be going. May the goddess of justice watch over you all. Damn. Man, you're playing Ghostbusters, Ava? Sounds chaotic as heck. Have fun. Not just you two. Guy took me for a ride too. What's his deal? Whoa, 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 whoa. You're not having second thoughts about all this, are you, mousy boy? Sure, Judge Cavell is a tough cookie, but that doesn't mean you can just give up the ghost. The defense never rests, as a wise man once said, and that goes for associates, too. Don't worry, Fender. I have no intention of resting. Nevertheless... our assumption that Mr. Saint couldn't have entered the prison has been proven false. Which means we'll need to restart our investigation from square one, I'm afraid. To be continued. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Save your progress. Yes. And back. All right. Back to the visitor's room. You doing okay, Saint? You withheld information from me. Why? I didn't withhold anything! Or at least I didn't mean to. Okay, so you are a member of the Very Big Circus, right? No, I mean yes, but no! I'm not really a member. I'm still new. It's irrelevant, you're still a member. Yeep! Okay, bye. Let's try this again. Why did you tell us? Because it would have looked so suspicious, me being a performer in the circus show, and me being friends with Bronco. I thought that if anyone found out, nobody would believe I was innocent. Not even you, Kay. And lying really helped. I thought I'd made it clear that I believed in you. But when you stare at me like that, I get so terrified. You're a real smooth operator, aren't you, Miles? Any other client-scaring tips you want to share? You're really not helping, Fender. And at this rate, it sounds like we really will need to question him about everything all over again. So... what do you do at the circus, Simeon? I'm an animal tamer. Kind of. I'm still learning the ropes. Oh, that's not helpful. Bro gets attacked by a dog and you're like an animal tamer? Yeah, that doesn't help. That's so cool! Do you get to train lions and tigers and bears and stuff? Yeah, lions and tigers and bears. Lions, tigers, and bears? Oh my god. No, 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 no. I work with this guy. Oh god, it's Muddy the monkey. Looks pretty tame already to me. So you're not exactly a tamer, more like one of those old-timey organ grinders? Not now, Money. I'm trying to... What is the monkey here? Okay, first of all, the monkey, the Buddy the monkey that showed up at the second Ace Attorney game was basically a chimpanzee. Like, the whole point of that case is the monkey was able to drag a statue around. This guy ain't doing shit. Oh, so that's their act? They're like frickin' Ratatouille? The Very Big Circus. When we spoke to you before, you said you worked at a company. I'm telling the truth! The circus really is a company! We all have titles and everything! The ringmaster's the CEO and I'm I guess you'd call me a gopher. I even have a line manager! She's head of the animal department. Of the animal taming department. It's part of the showbiz division. She's such an inspiration. There isn't a creature in the world she could have convinced to do her bidding. Ah, Regina. Huh. Even Mouse here? I'd like to see somebody whip him into shape. Oh, Francisca. I am not some kind of creature, Fender. So this line manager, was she working with you on the show? Yes, it was just us two. It wasn't all that big of a job compared to what we normally do. She's usually the one performing on stage. I just do all the monkey work. But I did have a bit part this time. So only 2 members of the circus are relevant to this case. Role in the show. Alright. Talk me through your movements here at the facility. Sure, I came to see Bronco at around noon 2 days ago. And that was when you brought him the chess set. Yes, and that same evening I started working on setting up the stage in the yard. It was so hard! I had to haul everything in by myself over multiple trips. They let us use one of the rooms at the prison for storage. Workshop A, I think. Workshop A, where Knight's body was found. You mean your boss didn't help you? Oh no, I could never ask her to shout all that stuff around. Like I said, the monkey's work's my job. Once it was all set up, we did a run through and it must have been, midnight by the time I left. Next morning, I was back and ready for the show, which started at 8 a.m. Then we performed till 10? So Mr. Saint was the only one of the pair to have entered the room where the body was found. The knight's body was found immediately after the show had ended. It's not looking great for you, buddy. Reason for arrest. Do you have any idea why you were arrested? And why so quickly? I've never seen a guy get booked so fast. Surely even little Winner wouldn't pull somebody in on a hunch. Never underestimate the power of an undeveloped intellect. Wow, Edgeworth. When I was moving all the stuff, I went to go see how he was doing. You went to the holding cells on your own? Tell me you had permission. No, it wasn't a formal visit or anything, so I just sort of snuck over and hoped no one stopped me. Oh no. That's not helpful. I've known him since we were kids, when both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see. Just like me. I knew he'd be feeling lonely, that he'd want somebody to talk to, so I had to go see him. You don't have any family. For a while I had my dad, but he passed away when I was a little kid. Losing one's father as a child, I know that pain all too well. He's just like me, you and me, Mr. Edgeworth. There was nobody else nearby when you went to see him? No, the other holding cells were empty, and I didn't see any guards. Huh. Well, somebody must have seen you or you wouldn't be in there. No! I messed up so bad, didn't I? Sneaking around in a prison, yeah. So the assumption is that something happened when the two were alone together. At least, I imagine that would be Winner and Judge Gaval's thinking. In any case, I think we'll need to speak to your boss next. Last I heard, she's supposed to be around today too, somewhere in the yard. Tell her I'm sorry, won't you? I'm so sorry. I can't believe I let this happen. Sure thing, Simeon. We're here for you. If there's anything else we can do, just say the word. But, I mean, there's nothing I can do for you in return. You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club, after all. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. But the sound of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you, and we will get you out of here. Well, what do we have here? A gosh darn defense attorney, that's what. Bravo, big guy. I can't believe I'm saying it, but you even reminded me of your old man for a moment there. The cats are wrestling on the ground right beside me, guys. Be nice. Well, I say wrestling, and Mogu's just kind of staring at Pap as Pap rolls around on her back and tries to swat her. Mogu is not playing games. I did? From the Book of Gregory, an attorney is a friend to the friendless. Simeon, me bucko, this guy will suffer any hardship for your friendship. Things are gonna be shiply amazing. I didn't realize Talk Like a Pirate Day had come early this year, Fender. But that's just the thing. You never know when a pirate will strike next. Anyway, kid, you want some candy? No thanks. I don't like sweet stuff. Oh, huh. Bummer. I wouldn't mind a nice ship myself. A great thief's galleon for the dread pirate K. Yar har, me hearties. We'll sail the seven seas together and claim the greatest treasure of all, the truth. Shiver me timbers, you two will be the death of me. Come on. Let's set sail for the prison yard, but no she shanties on the way, please. Ah, look, the shutter's open. That's the way to the yard, I believe. How convenient. Let's go take a look. Come on, what are you waiting for? And there she goes. Someone's excited. And the prison yard. So this is the famous yard. Circus performance was taking place here just before the body was discovered. Check it out! It's like the backdrop to some epic festival. Most of the prisoners were assembled here when the body was discovered. Which means that anyone who saw the show has an alibi. Alright, time to take a look around. Eek! Okay! Stop hitting me! Help! Cease! And desist! You beast! Oh, God. What'd you do to piss off the elephant, girl? Stay, Azia! Stay! Who's that? Ah, yes, there she is, Regina Berry. You found a new friend to play with. Good for you, girl. Play with? Your elephant nearly ate me. They're not carnivorous. They can kill you, though. Azia doesn't even bite, at least. Not very often. Oh, great. So she does have a taste for human flesh? That is a terrifying elephant. How do you like meeting a real-life elephant up close? Aren't you glad you did? She hasn't changed a bit. Yeah, glad I didn't die. But you did have fun, right? Right? There, sweetie, don't cry. She had a wonderful time, didn't you, Kay? Don't mislead the poor girl, Fender. She did? Oh, I'm so happy! Here, let me make it up to you. How about a hug? Ah! Keep your truck to yourself! Hi, Jambola! Another new friend! Isn't this just the best day ever? I don't know about that. I am Associate Defense Attorney Miles Edgeworth. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Regina. It's so nice to meet you. I'm Kay, Great Thief Extraordinaire. And this is Mr. Edgeworth. The self-introduction brought to you by the word convoluted. And your elephant's newest friend is Mr. Fender, the defense attorney. Oh, she's not just any elephant. That's Azaya, the Asian elephant. Is that why she's called Azaya? Azaya stopped the second you told her to. You really have a way with animals, Regina. Hee hee, well, I wouldn't be an animal tamer if I didn't. What? So you're Simeon's boss? That's right, Regina Berry, head of the Animal Taming Department Showbiz Division, Berry Bake Circus. And she got there because her father was the ringmaster before he died. It's so lovely to meet all of you. I wonder what happened to Maximilian Galactica and everyone who was proposing to her. And also did, that kid that got mauled by the lion, did he ever get out of the coma? The pleasure's all ours, mademoiselle. Name's Eddie Fender. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. Lies? So much for whipping me into shape. Yeah, she's perfect. What are you muttering to yourself, Kay? That positively, that charisma, that energy. Oh, right, she's looking for other girls to form like a thief guild. Regina, you'd make a perfect partner in crime for the great thief Yatagarasu. Great thief? That sounds like fun! My animals and I have stolen the spotlight quite a bit in our time. That's the one thing we don't want to steal. Gotta keep it on the down low, all stealthy ninja-like. But where's the fun without a show! The down low sounds like it might get me down. Bummer. I think we've got a fundamental difference of opinion going on here. It would indeed appear that negotiations have broken down. Maybe next time, Kay. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get cracking! Too bad we can't see much of what's beyond that metal fence, though. Yes, don't worry. It's just the T-Rex. Indeed, and we're in sore need of information in addition to evidence. Therefore, we should make an effort to talk with any persons of interest as well. Alright, what do we got? This must be the stage. Do you think people would be interested in a great thieving show? I mean, anything's possible. I'm sure the police would be very eager to attend. Damn. Oh, this frickin' Mr. Saw It. And the rope is missing from the pulley. Ah, I see. A simple, sturdily built well. I wonder if it was the work of the prisoners. Somebody left a bunch of tools lying around. There's a long piece of rope. And a pretty heavy-looking weight. 30 pounds? Yeah, that's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, and there's some pulleys, too. Okay, can you stop touching everything in sight? Come on. It's not like I was gonna take anything. It's about contaminating the evidence. What exactly were they being used for, I wonder? A great question. Alright, is there anything else to examine? Pond? Hey! Oh god, there's a fish! There's fish! There's a fish bones! Oh god. Ponds like this usually have goldfish in them. I wanted to see if they'd come say hello. There's a skeleton. I only see water striders. Hey, water striders are cool! They can walk on water like ninjas. Ninjas walk on water? Whoosh! Whoosh! Man, I wish I could do that. So much for the goldfish. See? There's fish bones. Oh boy. A wicker basket, or rather a cart, given the wheels. Ooh, smells like animals. I suppose they must have been using it to move things. Hey, wouldn't it be fun to hop in and race it down the hill? I never did it, but I recall kids when I was in elementary school would steal shopping carts, push them up to the very top of the hill, and ride down. It's a miracle no one died. I think the only reason no one died is it was, like, basically the countryside. So, after a certain amount of time, there was, like, next to no traffic. Oh, you know what else would be fun? Racing down a hill on office chairs. Where did any of that come from? Nation elephant named Azia in one of the very big circuses of many animals. She certainly seems fond of petting humans from what we've seen. Is that what she was doing? Not beating us on the head? Well, most humans. You can't just glare at her like that, Mr. Edgeworth. She'll think you're trying to show her who's boss. That is a misconception. Not all animals associate eye contact with, asserting dominance. Are you telling me she thinks I'm one of her kind? No, just that she respects you, I guess? How comforting. Power room? The store appears to be locked. Want me to open it? Can't guarantee anything, but I'll certainly give it a try. Girl, please no. No, if we deem it necessary, we will simply ask for the key. Well, you're no fun. Spoil sport! This could have been my chance to shine! Yeah, girly, please. Please do not. You're free to shine somewhere else, but you'll not make an audience out of me. Or an accomplice. Alright. Mr. Attorney! And how are you today, if you don't mind me asking? Was doing pretty good until I met you. Today? We just talked to you earlier. Oh heavens, I do apologize. Ever since I came to call this place home, I've been working on my interpersonal skills, you see. In order to be as annoying as possible? Damn. I'm currently helping with the circus show's tear down and clean up. But if you have need of me, I'll do my utmost to help. Helping out? Oh, I'm just chipping in and doing what I can, model prisoner that I am. Sure you are. Yes, my stay in this prison has seen me reborn. The frank side you saw before you is a changed man. A changed man who now targets the recently deceased? No, you misunderstand. That was just a moment of madness. Yeah. Just a moment of madness. A moment of madness? You're a disgrace to all thieves everywhere. You're right, of course. I can't deny it. I still have a long way to go. As a thief? Anyway, as you can see, I have a shiny new bracelet now. So it's the straight and narrow for me. Like I say, I'm a model prisoner. Not that a real model prisoner would need to keep telling me that. So true, bestie. Vocational training. I'm doing everything I can to prepare for my eventual return to society. Yeah, you even skipped the show to focus on your training, didn't you? That's right. Only 2 inmates were absent. Sard and Canis. Why didn't you tell us about Mr. Canis sooner? Look, I don't think there's an inmate in this prison who'd talk about him if they did have to. Fair, I guess. Well, you could say he's the real one in charge around here. You did hear it from me, but, well, I guess it comes with being the fixer. The fixer? Now that sounds terrifying. The fixer? Yes, anything you need, he can get it for you. Oh, that kind of fixer. But how does he get away with it? Not sure, but he's the only one who does. I heard he has a secret way of getting things into the facility. I imagine being the fixer affords Kane many privileges. Or, sorry, certain privileges, not many, but special ones. I'm far more interested in perfecting my mud pack application technique. I thought you were learning to be an animal stylist. Why are you giving them a mud pack? And what are these mud packs exactly? They're a special type of mud treatment rich with minerals. It works wonders on their coats. You're covering the dogs in mud? I've been practicing on the animals here in the prison. I hope to treat them all eventually. Speaking of mud, that reminds me of a certain piece of evidence. Maybe I should try presenting it to him. Mud, you say? Stained with blood and mud, I guess. That's the rubber glove I dropped! Would you care to explain why it's so dirty? Oh, of course. That's mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened. I see. Around what time would this have been? Let's see. The show had already started, so around 9 a.m. perhaps? The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trance quite like the trance one enters when slathering an animal with thick black mud. I think the stress of prison might be getting to him. Of course, it's all thanks to the Warner that we have access to such wonderful distractions. I'm eternally grateful, truly I am. Alright. I think this is probably a good place to stop for the night. Because obviously we're still going to be investigating some stuff in this scene. And we're getting a little close to 10. So, let's see. I will save this here. Alrighty. Ta-da! Alrighty. So originally I had like just chatting thing planned where I go over by trip, but because not much actually happened on the trip, I've decided to abandon that, so I'm not sure what I'll do tomorrow. I guess you'll have to come by to find out. I'll make sure to let you guys know, but let's see who I can send you guys to. Do, 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 But how will I know what to wear? I'm sorry. That means tomorrow's gonna hurt. Oh no! I hope you at least manage to get uninterrupted sleep. So even if you're not gonna get much sleep, I hope it's at least fulfilling. Let's send you guys off to Junie. She is gonna be playing some more Kingdom Hearts. I hope so too. I'm praying for you, buddy. I'm praying for you. Alrighty, here is Raid. And here is Discord. If we got any lurkers who want to join us when we're not streaming. For now, that's going to be it from me. I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. EST, same as usual. And for now, that is gonna be it for me. So, if it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. And if it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. Until next time, take care of yourself. Wash your face, brush your teeth, eat good food. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye! Bye-bye-bye-bye.